Hi there, I'm alive. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I took a little 8-month hiatus, but that's okay, because sometimes you need to do that, right? Sometimes you just need to just disconnect for a little while, and that's what I did, and it is getting to be my favorite time of the year again. We are slowly creeping on those Burr months, the September, October, November, December time frame. And that is my favorite time of the year. That is when I feel the most energy. I feel the most positivity. It's just where I thrive. I thrive between, I just had my birthday, a big one. I just turned 40, you guys, a few weeks ago. So I usually say from like my birthday through the end of the year, I just absolutely thrive. And so yeah, we are going to just jump right back in like we didn't even miss a beat. Am I going to be doing 2 videos a week? Absolutely not. Are you going to get maybe 1 video a week? That's my hope. I've got some things. Oh, we have a new member of the family. This is Mr. Bartholomew Binks. His name is Binks. And then I started calling him Bartholomew Binks because of one of my favorite books right now, The Night in the Moth. We're going to talk about all of my 6-star reads so far this year. And spoiler alert, The Night in the Moth is one of them, even though it's not the first time I read it. I read it last year when it came out. And it was a 5-star read for me, maybe 4.5. It was really good. It was not my favorite Rachel Gillig. I really liked the other duology I had read by her better. And I don't know why. I just didn't resonate with it as much. It was still a 5-star read. Well, September 1st, we're going to do a video on my really anticipated fall releases as well, because there's a lot of them. But September 1st comes out, I believe it's called The Knave and the Moon. It's the Night and the Moth sequel. So I decided to reread Rachel Gillig's Night and the Moth. And guess what? 6-star read, hands down. It is probably going to be my Halloween costume now. Like, just absolutely blew my mind. It was so good. So let's talk about some more of my 6-star reads this year. So I have read about, scroll. I'm on book 78 for the year. So really well on target for me, where I like to be, about 100 to 120 books. I was wondering how this was going to go, because Mr. Binks is a lover boy, and he wants to be in my space at all times. So, as I was saying, I will obviously go well over 100 if I'm at 78 here in mid-August, but I would love to hit about 120, and I don't think I'm having an issue doing that. But I'm going to try to pick one each month that was a 6-star read, but there are going to be some months that I did not have a 6-star read, and I think there's a couple of months where I had more than one 6-star read. But I do know in January, I discovered Heartstopper. I know I'm crazy late to the ball game with Heartstopper, but I don't know. I had bought all of them. Like, all of the volumes are over here on a little shelf for my daughter, who is a junior in high school now, which is crazy. If you've been watching this channel since I started it in 2020, my daughter's a junior in high school. I can't say it too many times because I will cry. But yeah, so I bought every volume for her, and she'd read them and liked them. And then something just made me read them one day. I was sitting at work, it wasn't super busy, and I picked up the first volume. And I was like, let me flip through this and see what it's about. And binged that week. every single thing I could get my hands on, and then watched every bit of the show on Netflix. And Heartstopper became a 6-star read for me in January. It was my only 6-star read. I have a few 5-star reads. I read the Kelsey Ray series, Don't Let Me Fall, Don't Let Me Go, Don't Let Me Break, with my best friend. And those were 5-star reads for me, but nothing really crazy. And then in February, the only 6-star read I have is that I reread Fourth Wing with my best friend. She had never read it. And Fourth Wing will always be a 6-star read for me. I know it gets a lot of hate. I don't care. Fourth Wing is a 6-star read for me. And then in the next month, in March, I read what is probably going to be my book of the year. Now, I don't know if that's going to hold up fully, because I got some big hitters, like I said, coming out in the fall. But as of right now, and it has been, it has been since March. It has not changed. And that is, I finally read Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, guys. I've read all of the other, why is my brain going blank? I always do this in front of you guys. I have read all of the other books, the Suzanne Collins series that we all love, that cannot think of it right now. And I loved them, but something about Sunrise on the Reaping just really, really knocked my socks off. I thought it was the saddest of the stories. And yeah, I just really, really loved that book. I thought about it for like weeks after I finished it. The Hunger Games. Thank you, Lauren. I knew it was going to come to me. This is part of the Hunger Games series. It is it is Hamish's backstory, and yeah, just 6-star read immediately. I also really liked The Favorites by Lane Fargo that month, but it wasn't 6 stars. And then in the next month, in April, I didn't end up having any 6-star reads. In May, I finally read When the Moon Hatched by Sarah Parker. It has been on my shelf. You guys know that. I'm probably for at least 2 or 3 years, I've been saying, here's this When the Moon Hatched. I think I got it when it first came out. I'm going to read it, but look how beefy it is. I finally did it. I finally read it, and it was a 6-star read for me in that month. But I have another 6-star read that month, which is Broken Dove by Deanie Francis. I read it the day that it came out. Incredible. Like, that series is pretty goated for me. I really loved Silver Elite, and I really loved Broken Dove. If you like, my goodness. We have a new water cup. Of course, we've got all kinds of new cups because it's been 8 months, Lauren. If you love dystopian, almost military-esque books, pick up Deanie Francis's Silver Elite and Broken Dove. They're phenomenal. Okay, then we have a little bit of a gap before I get another 6-star read. My next 6-star read is Kristen Hanna's The Women. Now, as you guys know, Kristen Hanna is a touch and go author for me. Sometimes I absolutely love her. And sometimes I cannot do it because of the animal harm and stuff like that in the books. 4 Winds, I had to DNF because of a scene where the animals were like starving out in the prairie because it's got to deal with the Great Depression. I could not deal. So I read The Women, which takes place, it's about women in the nurses in the Vietnam War. Phenomenal. I really, really, really loved this book. Thought it was just incredible. It was a 6-star read for me, by far. And then the one I'm currently reading, which I will be finished with today, is a 6-star read, and that is Starside by Alex Astor. I did not love her Lightlark series, as you guys know. If you go back, I actually kind of shit on Lightlark a little bit in this channel. Starside is not that. Starside is really good, really well thought out. The characters are really well developed. I loved Starside. So yeah, those are my 6-star reads. It's pretty wide range there. We've got the women, so some historical fiction out of Kristen Hanna. Of course, my romantasy is in there with Starside, and then you've got like just some fantasy in Sunrise on the Reaping. And I think that Broken Dove would probably fall into fantasy or dystopian romance. So yeah, we've got a pretty good little spread out genre there, which makes me happy. All fiction. Every year I say I'm going to read more nonfiction, and I have yet to do it. So there you go. But yeah, those are my 6-star reads, guys. I will be back with a haul of everything I got at Penny a Page Day. If you don't know what that is and you have a second in Charles, we just had our Penny a Page Day on August 15th. I was able to get 4 really good books for like $14. So we'll talk about that in a video. And also we will touch base on some really exciting upcoming releases that I'm just hype about. So yeah, let me know, you guys, if you are excited to see me back, if you want me to continue to do this. Just let a girl know. Thanks, guys, so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.